So he has just started this business. Okay, previously he had actually owned a cafe. Okay, he has done quite a lot of businesses, and today he landed here. Now he is 4A. It's a good start for young people. Okay. Now without further ado, I would like to invite Kuan. Come, let's put your hands together and welcome Kuan from Sabah. You want to see young man dance or not? Before I speak. Okay, music. Yeah.
Thank you so much. First off, I'm Kuan. Before all this, before I start my sharing, I would really like to thank to Energy Malaysia for giving me this opportunity to stand here and share what I have. I started this business this June 2022, so I got to 4 years, and also it really helpful to John and being supportive and helpful all this journey. Okay. So before I start, I would really love to share a little bit of my background. I'm not sure if you guys can see what my job is for this. Okay, so just a second. Yeah. Oh, I'm extremely nervous today. It has been so long. Thank you so much. I hope to have more sessions after this to train myself as a speaker. So first off, there's some technical issue. Yeah, like what has been mentioned earlier, I'm a cafe owner. Back then, 2016, when I first came back from Melbourne, I started my very first healthy cafe in Malaysia, like the first one. Okay. Also, I am a fitness consultant, as you might be able to see from here, right? I hope so. Okay. And then thirdly, I'm doing some online selling, which is in Shopee. So what I really love to share you all is that unfortunately, I'm a total failure of all this. So what I mean by total failure is after the MCO, I've closed down my cafe. And then what happens to fitness consultant, same thing. In 2 years time, we are not able to travel anyway. So we can't really go and see our clients. So when it comes to e-commerce, also something that I find it very challenging. And when I say challenging is I don't know how exactly the gameplay is. So to sell things online, to being very price competitive, it's really difficult for me to understand this because this is not something that I came from. Okay, so what I found myself in this is through one of my friends, Marcus, who have got me into Kangen. But initially I was just a user. I'm pretty sure most of you guys did the same thing, right? A user, use the machine and all. I started using it back in 2019, and then I didn't really putting my time and all into this business because as you can see, I'm a fitness consultant. Whatever I do always comes with knowledge. To me, network marketing is something that's very challenging. I don't really see myself getting involved in this. Okay, so what really got me into this business was because of like what I just mentioned. I fell in almost everything. Like what I made in the past few years throughout MCO time. You have to pay for your overhead, pay for staff, pay for everything. I've got my account completely zero. And somebody I have to still borrow money from someone else to just pay all my debts. Alright, so one thing that I see in this business is that what I really got myself in, I found the 4 keys that I use to convince myself and got myself into this business. I'm pretty sure most of you guys find it very challenging, especially when you first heard of this network marketing, right? Like MLM is something that people always talk about, like you have to get people and so on and so forth, selling product, To me, it's very challenging because I'm myself is a personal trainer. I always share knowledge. I don't share products. Myself is a product. I don't really share anything, right? Thank you. So one thing that I find very difficult very difficult stepping up from my comfort zone is that yes, I find it really challenging and difficult is when you come across to these questions, whether you choose the job or the job chooses us. This is something very important. I'm pretty sure most of you guys, when you study, you graduate, you always look for a certain subjects to study, just to hope that by end of the day you'll be able to jump into this industry. People who go into college, go into university, it's always something that you want in the beginning. You see, like you spend 3 to 4 years time to study one subject to eventually hope that you will fit into this business, like account, interior design, engineer, doctors, all the same. Same goes to my job. I'm a fitness consultant. I spent years to train myself as an example so that people will get convinced by me. They'll be confident of what I am. Right? So now here's the thing. When it comes to this difficult time, when MCO strike, all of us are affected. We can't choose. We will have to force ourselves to stay home. Right? You can't go anywhere. And during this time, I'm pretty sure it killed a lot of people, a lot of businesses. The typical one, the traditional business is all like nearly gone by now, like restaurant and all, right? So this one here, I really have to, tell myself, convince myself one thing, that if I don't make a change, I will not be able to pull through in this difficult time. Am I right? Right, and then yes, after the MCO time, I'm so blessed and I'm so lucky enough that my friend shared something to me, which I got to learn everything through Zoom, like from many social media platforms, WhatsApp and all. I get to learn things that are not, are not something that I'm so familiar with. Zoom, it shows you how this machine works and all. I don't find it weird, I don't find it hard to accept this, because we born in this era, we're always with phones. Even my mom know how to order things from online. This is something that got me so surprised. My mom know how to use mobile phone to order fish through Facebook, to order, like fruits through Facebook. This is something I find it very funny. Back then when we try to buy something from online, they always say, don't buy it because you might get scammed or something. But they know how to do it during the MCO time. I can see how my mom, get into this and start to change herself, improve herself, so that she'll be able to follow the trend. And this is what happens. Like, I'm pretty sure most Chinese know Xiao Wang and all, right? They sell seafood through online. This is where my mom first came across to, which got me really surprised. Like, how the heck can you buy like fish through online? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is something that I find it very interesting. And then I also try to relate myself into this. Okay? So then I realized sometimes it's not us that choose the job, it's job that chooses us. You see, I'm pretty sure all of you here are from different backgrounds. There may be accountants here, maybe doctors, maybe engineer, maybe more, right? But everybody are sitting here with all these resources by Kangen. This is one of the very good proof of what it is now has been helping us, all of us, right? So next one. Second thing that I find it very valuable is whenever we jump into a business, things like what I happens to come across to Kangen, I start to question myself, which is my value in this business. Like, everybody will always talk about value. I don't just want to be a worker, work from 9 to 5 for basic and so. I don't really see myself as a value because I don't sell my time for value. I trade my time. To sell your time, you probably get like $10, $12 per hour. But if you trade your time for something, you can host a talk, a speaking talk. So by one time of speaking, right, you can earn everybody's money. This is what I see in terms of value. So with that being said, I start to realize that, in order for you to raise up the self-value, you must know where you stand. very importantly, you must know where you stand. If you take this as a business, you should be able to know how you can utilize this and make a very progressive result from this platform. Then you have to find your core value as well. So when it comes to business, it's always something that's very interesting. It's not like everybody will be able to come up with the same result. You see, you might be playing a very important role, but you have to admit that whatever you do will always be different from the one next to you. Right? Everybody putting different effort into something, the result will always be different. Therefore, you have to really find your core value in the business. Then you will see the reason why every morning you wake up in the morning, you feel like very energetic to work in this business, just like how I did in Kangen. Right? Okay. So the next one is, this one I always ask myself, like this is something that I learned from one master, which is something very good. Self-identify. You must first know who you are, like I said, in the business. And then you must imagine yourself like the pawn, which is the chess pawn. You know, like the chess, come up with a lot of these different characters in the chess game, right? You can't just have one very dominant for the whole game. You have like, in Chinese we call it Bing Zhu. Like you have like horses and all. This is all form up a very good chess game. It's just how the business roll. You always see a hierarchy, who doing this finance, who doing the marketing and all. That's why I use the same technique in my team. I have a very good team to support me. Jun and John is a very knowledgeable, upline who've been helping me throughout the whole journey. And I have Marcus who are really good in doing this demo and so. And I have San who has a lot of knowledge in terms of scientific. So I use the same idea to progress myself in the business. Whoever has been facing some medical issue, I'll always refer to San help. Whoever been having product issue, I will refer to Marcus. They are all there to help me, and surprisingly, they are all free. Right? You don't have to pay for this. This is something I find very good in that sense, because I own, like I said, I own a business before. I know how much it is to pay for the overhead. Every month you have to pay. And sometimes there's no customer, you tend to put the blames on your staff because there's no one here. And then you still have to pay for their gaji, their salary, which is something that I find it very painful. But in this business, I find it very good is that you don't need to pay any cent, any penny to anybody. Everybody is working along the line, they're happy, they get what they deserve. But you don't have to pay extra for that. It's not like taking advantage of your friend, but you are kind of like helping each other to form the business strongly and then put on the strength into it, and eventually the result is greater than what you would think, you would thought by the end of the day. Right? So, next one. So this one is what I finally get myself through. Is after all this thing, I've been sitting down at home and every night I've been thinking about this. So I come up with the conclusion that this business has nothing to lose. When I say nothing to lose, is that you don't have to consistently invest money into the business. All you need is just to reconnect with your friend, like someone that have been long lost contact. Sometimes your neighbor lah, your schoolmate lah, your uni mate lah, or maybe a colleague, someone you don't really love to talk to. This is a very good chance to reconnect with your friend and kind of like say, hey, we catch up for young or something. Right? This is a very good time. You start to notice that you're not so alone. You're not so by yourself. There are actually many people out there you can look for. You can really talk to them, enjoy. You're not there to sell product. That's what I always tell myself. You're not there to sell product. You're there to share what you have. So I come down to this point is that after all I've been thinking about how this business will help, what is my expertise in this. I'm a fitness consultant. I know exactly how it is. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what fitness consultant looks like. Like whoever want to lose weight, want to put on weight, they will look for this person who can give you the guide to achieve your goal in a very short time. That is what we do. So we know how this thing works on human body. So, like I said, I find it has no conflict at all. I will not find myself hesitate to tell you that, hey, I actually have this very good product, Kangen water, Kangen machine. I don't find it hesitate. I'm not not shy to share to anybody, because everyone here are drinking water every day. So if you have a chance, why not treat yourself better? People can pay so much money to look for my service. Why not? Invest a little bit more for yourself, for the good of the whole family. You see, this is the first thing that came into my mind. And then second is that I find it has no issue of finding friends to spend time. Like talk to friends, eat sometimes. It might sound a bit odd in the beginning because your friend will find it funny that why would you out of a sudden come and say hi to me and want to look for me. But it's okay. I mean, it's really okay to talk to a friend. It's fine. Those people who have that thought come into their head, which means they are not so close to you. A good one will never have that thing in their head. They will think that it's time to see my old friend, right? So this is something that have me. My job is to talk to people to train my client. Leverage what I have in my network as a personal trainer to share this, and it helps me to grow my business. Surprisingly, in a few months' time, I'm able to come up with 4 A's. It's all thanks to all this. Yeah, lastly will be, if you have already got all your answer in your head, don't always think. The more you think, the more you analyze, you end up become paralyzed. You get what I mean? So you cannot just always think about what is here, what's there. Too much of what if will eventually stop you from moving forward. So take the initiative, start to move yourself. When you already have the target set, just pull the trigger, fire all the way. And eventually, I'm pretty sure everybody here will be able to do a very, very good job in this business with all the support, all the resources provided by Kangen. Alright? Okay, so
You still have ample time. I cannot let you go unless you answer me a few questions.
Yes, please.
Okay. Right.
First of all, let me say thank you again for all of you here for listening to my sharing. Really appreciate that.
Is this your virgin sharing on stage? Yes, yeah. Come! Let's put our hands together! Wow! Okay. Remember energy giver or not? Okay, I shout. Everybody get your card ready? Energy giver!
I love you, thank you, I share.
Okay, Kuan, I've got some questions for you.
Yes, please.
Don't be so nervous.
How
How many hours do you spend in gym? How many hours do you spend in the gym? A day? Yeah.
1 and 2, 1 or 2 hours.
Okay. Alright. Just now you talked about self-identify, right? After you came into this business, what have you discovered your own potential which you have never thought of?
Spend even more time with friends.
Potential? Meaning that previously you don't spend time with friends?
I find it very expensive to spend my time with people that have no any value. So there's something in me. Let me tell you one thing. I have a very strong ego. This is something I don't find it good at all, especially coming from a very typical Chinese, background. So I always think that I'm better than anyone else. Whatever that comes to my face, I always think that no, this one no good. So this is something that I brought up with. So I'm trying to, I learned to bring my ego down in this business. I start to realize.
In this business, ego is our biggest obstacle. Agree?
Yes.
So happy to hear that. What's the biggest breakthrough for yourself?
I would say I'm a very skeptical person. I am. I don't really buy any idea. Not for the sake of saying no. Whatever that comes to my face, I will just say no. Like my friend will say, hey, I have no. You see, same thing goes with that. Whenever you pass by any shopping mall, there will be like person who promote you the credit card. So before I go, I already know what to say. No, thanks. Now my breakthrough is that I will really stand up. I will stand there and start to listen first. First I will get info, I process, and then only then I have the answer. But most of the time, after I process, I will still say no. But I will stand there and listen first, because you might not know what this person is going to bring to you. Right?
Wow.
Yes.
You want to learn one skill from him? Okay, give us a simple tip. While we do demo, while we talking, how do we actually build our core? Is there any position that we can do? Simple ones that everyone can
Build a core.
yeah. While you sleep, is there any way that we can?
Okay, this is one of the most popular move. I'm pretty sure online you can find for everyone who can do it, no matter what.
Music?
You don't need
Okay.
maybe you can sing for me. I can do.
Okay.
Right. So do you mind?
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure if my hands can do this, but I hope I can. Okay. All you need to do is just raise up your hand like this. Okay. Clap. Bring it up. Clap. And then consistently doing this continuously for 30 repetitions. Then you can rest. Okay. When you have more energy, what you can do is put your feet slightly wider and then do this. Come up for another 30 reps. Let me tell you, consistently doing this for a month, you really see how it works on your thighs. Strengthen your thighs, especially for ladies.
Aha, I know. Next time when you do demo, take away the chair, but you do like that. Good, right?
Good, very good, very good.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.